Welcome back, everybody, to your favorite, least educated music podcast on the internet. This is We Don't Know Toots. Steve, how we doing today?
I'm doing quite well indeed, Rob. I'm ready to talk about some sweet new Sum 41 action.
Before we get to that, I wanted to discuss with you, what do you think about this whole Drake and J. Cole beef and Kendrick and Future and everyone?
I don't know, Rob. Why don't you tell me what you think about it, and then I'll decide if that's something I've even heard about before. Because right now it's not.
No, I knew you weren't going to know about it. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
I haven't heard anything about that.
I know very little about it. I just know that Future and Metro Boomin released a new album together, and apparently a lot of this is against Drake and J. Cole. And Kendrick was on that album and dissed Drake, and And I think J. Cole just released his response, but it was mostly, I know J. Cole's response was mostly like, I don't care about this. Leave me out of this.
Was there existing beef, or were they like, you know what we should do?
I've told you everything I know.
Oh, okay.
That's the end.
Okay. That I kind of hope there was an existing beef, and then just a couple of guys got together and was like, you know what we should do? Let's just pick out of a hat another rapper. We stick this big.
Well, I thought it was weird. I know that Future and Drake have made songs together before, so I don't know what happened between back then and now, but apparently they beefing big time. Although I will say the song with Kendrick on it is a banger. It's a good one.
Drake just needs to get with Eminem, the ultimate don't come at me rapper.
Ultimate don't come at me guy.
And just be like, can you please write me like 10 songs?
They've ever made a song together. No,
Drake and Eminem?
I don't think they ever have.
I don't know. I mean,
it would be very underground.
Unless it's
zone to me.
Unless it's Lose Yourself. I don't think I know Eminem's music. I'm just kidding. Eminem was like I'm cool because I listened to this kind of music artist when I was younger.
Oh, yeah.
So I used to listen to a lot of Eminem.
Well, like we just said in Music League, like I was the kid that scared my parents with Eminem.
Yeah.
And they heard Eminem and found out I was listening to Eminem, and they started Googling Eminem lyrics and like,
yeah. And then going to the Focus on the Family website and be like, how bad is Eminem?
Yeah, because Love the Way You...
Yeah. And we're like, yes, our mother heard from one of those like super Christian sites that Love the Way You Lie by Eminem and Rihanna. Okay, I didn't want to say her. Yeah, Rihanna was about him burning his girlfriend in bed
because the last line of that one verse, he's like, if she ever tries to leave again, I'm going to tie her to the bed and set the house on fire. But they meant like, oh, he's planning on doing it. Your kids will do it if they listen to the song. So
he's already done it once, and he'll do it to your kids.
Yeah, that was
wild. There's some wild music and movie takes from Focus on the Family.
I'm trying to explain that Plugged In Online website to people, where like my parents lived by this Plugged In Online the movie review website where like if there was like a lingering hug, it got knocked for sexual content.
Yeah, it was rough to be sick.
You could not watch movies. Yeah, that website was around.
It was rough to be like just coming into your teens, like 14-year-old, asking your parents to go see like Jurassic Park. I remember Jurassic Park got 3 out of 5 pterodactyls. That's what it said on the site, because I don't even know, probably cursing and they kissed.
Yeah,
so
and violence.
Yeah, so that
very dinosaur action.
That definitely holds up, though. Man, I shouldn't have gone.
Yeah, that. To this day, I really hope I never see a T-Rex in public.
Yeah,
I'll probably just.
So I still have to sleep in my mom and dad's room because of that movie. So,
but yeah, all that to say, new Sum 41 album.
Yeah.
At this point, this is the soonest we've been able to get to it, unfortunately. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to bang out this edit. It is really only like just over a week at the day of this recording, but you know how I do with my editing, just about as well as you do with social media.
Yeah, you're definitely better, but
So hopefully it has not been too long, but our fans like to save the best reviews for last anyways. That's why we take so long to do it. But new Sum 41 album, Heaven and Hell.
Yeah, all right. First of all, overall thoughts on Heaven and Hell. Definitely give this album a good listen, because it's got a great sound. Like it really it has one problem with like these kind of bands is now they're like recording equipment is better. Like you definitely listen to like really old songs compared to like kind of old songs, you can still even tell like just how like the sound's cleaner. And I definitely like when I first started loving pop punk music, it had that like grittier sound. So this has like a cleaner sound. So obviously it's not like exactly like their old music, but like the actual music,
The style is there.
fit right in
Style
there
is there.
and stuff.
Yeah, fans of all the old different Sum 41 sounds, they're gonna like it.
Yeah, I made a note. There's definitely several. Like there's a couple songs that like if I was listening to this song and you told me it was on like their second album, I was like, yeah, yeah, you're right. So, but first song, Waiting on a Twist of Fate. I don't even remember what were the three that they released. I know Landmines.
This one, Waiting on a Twist of Fate, Landmines, and Rise Up. Those were the singles.
Okay. Well, this Waiting on a Twist of Fate, I liked all three, so you're gonna hear. I liked a lot of the songs, and I feel like I'm gonna get repetitive here in a minute, just being like, these are great. But
I'm gonna be gushing a bit. I'm gonna be gushing for this album.
Great first song on the album. I don't know why, like maybe it's just because I was purposely listening to it as a like in order.
Oh, okay.
But like the intro just made it sound like a good intro to like they're actually intro.
It gets you ready for the So I noticed because it's heaven versus hell is the theme. So I noticed the first half of the album is kind of their a little pop punk sound, like little Confusion or underclass hero kind of era, and then the hell. Or the second half of the album is like the heavier metal, faster, higher energy. So I felt like this song had like a good balance, like to give you tease you for both parts of the album. I think
they could open a set with this song for sure.
They could definitely.
Yeah, it's got a nice long intro and just gradually grows into just some good. Sum 41 always has really quick drumming. Like a lot of music has really quick drumming, and I really like that. Like, and they're shredding it through the song. So. Yeah, I definitely like. This is one of the ones where I said I swear I've heard like the chorus to this song.
Yeah. I thought I kept googling and I was like, what is the other song that has these lyrics? And it came up with this song. I'm like, all right, I guess I haven't heard it.
I've heard that, and then there's another one where the intro I swear is another one of the songs, and I could not find it. But yes, first song, Waiting on a Twist of Fate, fantastic, great start to the album.
Then next up was another single that they put out, Landmines, which we've also already gone over this one.
Yeah.
On a previous episode when it came out as a single. But it was one of my favorites on this whole
one of my favorites.
Really good one.
It has like the oh. Yeah. Like I don't know if I'm totally sold on that. I don't know why.
I know I said that on the last time we talked about this.
Oh really?
Because I've always said that like the whoa-ohs and the na-na-nas and stuff like that. Not one of my favorite music tropes, but I still think it worked for this song. I know I said it worked the last time we talked about it. I still think it works.
It's short. It's like real quick when they do it. So it's not like I remember you saying that now because I had the same thought when listening to it, where it sounds like they're trying to make it part of the chorus or the crowd sing to. Yeah. And that was the first I was listening to. I'm like, this feels like something that they want the crowd to sing to.
They're like, oh, they're going to. That's why I don't like that generally, because it's not like it's bad. It's not like it makes the song sound bad to me. And this isn't really even true, but to me it seems like lazy songwriting.
Yeah,
because I too see. But I don't know. That's just me being negative. But I thought this had like the good pop punk. This kind of reminded me of like the underclass hero era.
Yeah,
like that's what this song reminded me of.
Yeah.
So also there was a line in there that said, "Is it time for me to go?" And that wasn't the first time I noticed it. I only noticed this on like a re-listen. But I think a lot of these songs, and I'll point this out later, but I think a lot of these songs kind of reference old songs. Like there's lines that like they pull from old songs.
I did not pick that up. I'll be honest. So I know a lot of Sum 41's music. Like I used to like. It was 2016 Warped Tour. Mm-hmm. They were there. And so I listened to them a little bit before that, but like that Warped Tour, I was like listening to music like, man, Sum 41 freaking rules. And I've just listened to their music all the time since then. Yeah. So I did not register that. But just all that to say,
I think I couldn't remember what it was. I guess I meant to Google it because I never finished this thought. I just put it down there and hoped I would come back to it. But yeah, it rang a bell that they might have like lyrics from an older song about time for me to go.
Yeah.
It's right on the tip of my tongue, even as I'm saying it, but I can't think of it.
What was the whole lyric?
Is that time for me to go? I don't know. That's what's coming to my head. I don't even think that's.
Cause that kind of reminds me. I know the album it's on. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to take up the time of me just
we're silence a year ago. No, I saw. No, it's. and
Wait, listen to this one.
then nothing happens.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we've already discussed it. So, yeah, Landmines. I actually said that's one of my favorites on the album as well. I think you said that. So, that's it. All right. I can't wait. The next song on the album. This one I'm putting in, like, it was hard for me to pick favorite. I have one that I dubbed my favorite.
Okay.
So this top 3, I say this is in my top 3. But I very much enjoyed this. It has like a super high paced pop punk vibe.
Yeah.
And that's why I was crushing on it a little bit.
It had this classic Sum 41 song. It reminded me of like the All Killer No Filler album. Like really fast, but like grungy pop punk sound that they got popular with.
Yeah, they definitely they have several songs that start off with a or whatever, and which is how this song starts off. But
I believe that's called a guitar slide.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
I wouldn't know.
Now that I've said it out loud, I was in my head. I was like, that's what it is, and then I said it out loud. And now I'm doubting that.
If it wasn't before, that's what it's known as now. The Toots have declared it so. So I mean, hard for me to make like a bunch of notes, but
I didn't have a lot. I also
it's one of my favorite.
It had a really good bridge. I know I enjoyed the bridge to this song. It had like that classic Sum 41 song sound, but yeah.
Yep. Well, so the next one then we'll slide on by. Time won't wait.
The guitar slide on by.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. Let's
stall back to earlier in the episode, working that into regular conversation.
All right. Time won't wait.
I liked it. It wasn't. I said not my favorite, kind of basic pop punk sound, but I did enjoy the. I liked the drum beat leading into the. Because I don't think I can trust myself.
Yeah,
I like that the way the drum like syncs up with the lyrics right there. That's kind of the ones where like you're not like where you like headbanging in beat to the song the whole time, and then those drums come in and you're like catch that little bit and then keep going. But yeah, I enjoyed that.
I said musically, like instrumentals wise, this is one of my favorites. I really liked the music in the song, but it's a bit of a downer.
It is
like,
a little bit.
So, but the vibe it gave me though, because I'm like listening to this. I just thought of this morning because I was listening to this album one more time, and when it goes into the chorus, it kind of sounds like a classic 2000s movie where like the main character just totally blew it. And like all of his friends are mad at him. Yeah. And it just like made me think of that montage part where he's like waking up in the morning and just like sad and slowly like going around doing things. It's right before he like fixes everything and apologizes to a friend. It's like listening.
He's definitely skateboarding around town and like slapping the stop sign as he goes by.
Yeah. And it's, switches like views. So like his friends and they're like really sad too.
He definitely lives in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Like bombing down the hill and like all the multicolored houses are definitely there.
Yeah. So that's what it made me think of, is just that scene in a 2000s high school teen movie.
Yeah. That's kind of, I guess that's why it wasn't one of my favorites. It kind of just seemed like a little too basic.
Yeah. I just like the instrumental and that.
I guess.
So. Oh well. So Future Primitive is another one of these
okay, this one I noticed. This was what first clued me into the fact that they kind of reference old songs, because there's a part where they end the chorus, or they end one of the verses with "We're all to blame." I'm like, yeah, that's one of their songs.
Yes,
they have a song called "We're all to blame."
Oh, okay, yeah,
and so yeah, the exact lyrics are, "Maybe we're all to blame. It's all too much now." And I was like, oh, hey, and so like, then the next time I listened through the album all the way through, that's when I started noticing that, they have a couple, and I don't know that I've kept track of them that hard, because most of them were just kind of like, was that a callback to like an old album? So I didn't really put it down, but that one I definitely noticed it, because they definitely have a song called "We're All to Blame."
The other, I know I didn't look this up, I should have, but the beginning song. Or the beginning of the song, which says "Another Day," is like exactly two. They have another song where it's like "Another day in paradise. If only knew, wouldn't it be nice?" Yeah, fade away. What is that? I know I think I have it in my regular playlist too. Anyways,
it's like All Killer No Filler.
Yeah,
I know that.
So it definitely, like that beginning, they say the exact.
No, that's the house song, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
So that's not all killer no filler, but
but yeah, I can see, definitely can see that being, because there's another song and I wrote it. I gotta see which one it is, but where I thought, man, this is definitely like the music instrumentals is definitely one I've heard before.
see, that's what I'm saying. It's like I think because this is for fans that don't know, for some 41 fans that don't know, I have already announced that they're breaking up after this album and their final tour, and so this is the final album. So that's why I feel like they kind of like paid homage to all their old stuff.
Oh yeah.
So like maybe that's probably why it's ringing a bell, because they probably tried to, make it sound like that song or this song and put these lyrics here and there every once in a while.
They're a Toronto band, aren't they?
I know they're out of Canada. That's all I know. Oh, dude,
Because Toronto's not too far from Toledo, 5 hours. Dude, go to their
that final show in Toronto. I don't know if that's the final show, but if they did a hometown show,
yeah. I don't think it's their.
I remember
They are ending there. I don't know.
I remember Yellow Card ended their final tour in Anaheim, which is where they're from. And I remember watching that on Instagram. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
that looks so cool.
I remember talking. It was at a Sum 41 concert. I remember talking to a guy that went to their final show, and he was like explaining. He said it just was so good. It's so crazy. Like, dude, what? Fall Out Boy. I've said it a million times. I will be going to their final show in Chicago. Absolutely, I'm paying the pit tickets. I got to do it for one of these bands, or else I don't like.
Fall Out Boy's a good one.
Yeah,
Or two.
I don't like any newer bands enough for me to just be like, I have to make it to their final show in their hometown.
I could potentially make it happen for 4 Years Strong. Not that they're like one of my favorite bands, but their shows are so much fun.
Yeah.
I've been to like 4 of them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could, but that's in Massachusetts, I think. But
Not bad.
no, that's not terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that'd be sick. But all right.
Anyways, we didn't really cover this. Oh yeah, we did. I did. I said everything I wanted to say about it.
Yeah, I said I liked it just because it is like a higher pace, and this definitely is one that I think fits best in with any old album, because it had a little gruffer of, I don't know how to say, like gruffer or harder sound. Like the guitar playing was like just a little messier.
I thought it was kind of like the first taste of metal that we get for this album,
Yeah,
because they had like a short, sick little guitar solo in metal.
yeah,
and it had like that faster paced. Because like when I say metal, I'm not talking like Metallica metal. I'm talking like Sum 41 metal.
yeah. Like when we're
It's punk metal.
with any song that I talk about, because I talk about heavy or like metal or something.
Generalize a lot.
Yes, I mean in the world of Sum 401, I'm not talking about like true heavy metal or anything like that. Like
Yeah, Sum 41's about as heavy as I listen to, so that's pretty heavy for me.
yeah. So
Anyone that knows me knows that's not true. So calm down, everybody. Relax.
Rob's cool.
I'm
right?
cool, guys. I'm cool.
Totally skateboards and smokes.
I need to skate. I've been wanting to get back into skateboarding. I met this dude. So Greenville, whenever they have like a downtown thing, there's a certain block that they block off, and it's always in the exact same spot. So for the Oktoberfest, they blocked it off, and I was walking around downtown, and I saw they had like a retro sports jerseys shop. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And like the guy saw me like looking, because I had a drink in my hand. I didn't want to walk in. The guy saw me looking. He's like, come on in. I said, with the drink? He said, yeah, it's fine. I was wearing my Jordans, so like he like commented on my Jordans, and we ended up talking for like 20 minutes about shoes and everything.
Yes.
We like hit it off, and like he was gonna buy. The conversation went to him buying one of my skateboards. I was like, bro, you can have it if you go out, show me where to skate around here. I want to get back into skateboarding, and then he hasn't hit me back. I'm like, all right.
Wow. That's what you need. That what song did I say? Time Won't Wait, man.
That's a good.
You're gonna be listening to that sad part and everything, and be like, oh yeah, I miss him.
My potential skate.
Yeah, dude, you were my skate buddy up here. Durbin kind of was, but he's all electrical longboarding now, which is fake skating.
It's fake. I might buy an electrical longboard.
I will. If I was down
my
here.
friend's bike, the trail, and I thought about buying a bike, but I really want an electrical.
Mountain bike with me.
If I bought a bike, it would be a mountain bike.
Nice.
With the kind that has like the shock right in the middle of it.
Oh,
so like
full suspension.
Yeah.
You want to get a full suspension that's not gonna fall apart. You have to spend $2,000 minimum.
No.
If you want a good one, that's not.
Because Caleb has one, and I rode it around town the other day, and I was like, "This is the coolest! Like, this is so fun." And he said he bought it used.
Okay.
But he bought it for $900, I think he said.
Yeah, I know. Which is
more than I want to spend on anything right now.
Yeah.
Like I really.
But
that bike sold me.
That's what I paid for my hardtail, which is just front suspension. I paid $900.
I mean, I guess I don't need the full suspension, but like that was so.
Oh, I would love to have a full suspension.
That was so much fun riding that thing around.
And
I was riding through town, like I was jumping off of curbs and stuff, so it wasn't like mountain biking, obviously. But that would be fun to take down a mountain for sure. I've never done mountain biking, but I would love to do it with a bike like that.
Yes.
He keeps saying I should go mountain biking with him. His wife has a bike, so one of these days I'll take her bike out. But
dude, maybe next time I come down and visit you, I'm gonna bring the bike. I'm sure I'm gonna hit Caleb up.
He'd definitely go with us.
Yeah,
he absolutely would. Yeah.
Final little segue. Oak Openings actually has a full new mountain bike trail that's actually pretty sick. Okay. I just rode it a couple weekends ago, and it actually was like for Northwest Ohio, which has no elevation change whatsoever.
Yeah,
it was actually they built up a bunch of berms and ramps and stuff. And it was super fun. So all right. And my mountain biking music there.
My favorite mountain biking song off of this album is the one we were talking about. Where's the next?
Is Dopamine. Oh, actually, you know what? Least favorite mountain biking song.
I did not like. It's not a great mountain biking song.
I didn't.
I kind of liked it. The chorus was catchy. It was more of a sad song, like a gut punch song about being in a bad relationship. It's one of those classic pop punk sad boy songs.
Yeah, it is catchy because I kept singing it on the way here.
Yeah, I kept got it stuck in my head earlier,
and I don't like the song. I thought it was just really like basic and kind of sound like a kind of a whiny teen boy.
That's kind of what pop punk.
That's kind of what pop punk is, but this is like basic whiny teen. Yeah, like put a little effort into the lyrics. And like I don't know. I say this a million times on this podcast, but just sometimes people just really write exactly the lyric and they don't take any like creativity or like symbolism or like poetry looked at the lyrics. It's just literally me writing a story of I put on my shoes, I tied them, I hurt my finger, I cried. Like just like it's just super literal lyrics. Yeah. And so I don't know, when it gets to that point, especially this one.
I mean, I guess I just kind of I enjoyed the lyrics a little bit. They said the lyrics in the chorus are, "You just did it for the dopamine. Sorry, I know my dad listens to this every once in a while. I'm about to say a naughty word. You just did it for the dopamine. You didn't mean to leave me so fucked up." I know.
What have you done?
We might get kicked off.
This is a family podcast.
But
the Sum 41 family.
Yeah, I just like those lyrics. I was like, been there, bro. Like, yeah, right. You didn't mean to. You didn't mean to do it. You just did it for fun. Okay. You didn't mean to hurt me, I'm sure.
Yeah. It was all right.
Not that I've like
as far as
experienced that like at a super deep level, but like everyone's been there.
And like I will say, like of all the albums we've done, there have been songs where I said this was my least favorite, and those songs were just truly terrible songs. Yeah. This is still an okay song.
I didn't think there were any songs on this album where I was like, just when you get to this one, skip it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say about anything on here.
I could see like if this came up again, like if I'm listening to like a Discover Weekly and this came up, I'd still listen through it. It's not like I'd be like, well,
yeah.
But overall, it's not gonna be added to any playlist.
Yeah, probably.
All right, not quite myself. This one,
I would almost kind of say the same thing that I just said about Dopamine.
Oh man,
because it's still kind of like an emotion. It's a sad song, kind of a catchy chorus, but it didn't really stick out. It's like I enjoyed it because it's like about mental health and it's like good message and whatnot. But
I actually said this might be my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I really liked it. I think like musically it was really good. I know it was a bit of a downer. That's why I almost didn't want to say it's my favorite, because I'm like, it makes me sound like I'm just like, it's my cry for help, Rob. This one was my favorite. I have never related to anything more in my life.
If you need, no, they need to hear this. This is where the ratings come in, baby.
But I'm just gonna get I can't think of a depression medication as our sponsor.
Oh, I've never been on
Ozempic.
I don't think. Is that? No, that's what that is. I think that's a.
I thought that was a old person thing.
I just remember, Ozempic.
Yeah.
You know.
So I thought it was an old person thing, but maybe they'll be our first sponsor. Well, either way, I'll still stand by my ratings. I think this one was my favorite. Like I said, my top 3 would be really close. And so this is up there, but I like the one where he just says like, but all my people skills got in the way. I don't know why. I like the sarcastic line. I thought it was, it was a cool line, and I like the song a lot. So I stand by it, even though it's a bit of a downer. I see it as being one of my favorites. So, sorry to disappoint you, Rob.
Honestly, anytime we go through an album track by track like this, you and I quite frequently say the opposite thing about each song.
Yeah,
I would say it's about the minority, but I'm not surprised to have like multiple.
our last album review was the Green Day one, and your favorite was my least favorite.
Bobby Socks.
I said absolutely Socks.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, for sure Rob's gonna hate this.
No, dude, it had that good punk sound.
Yeah, well, we do. I didn't really realize that we do consistently. I mean, this one's hard to disagree on because it was all very good.
And we both really like Sum 41. I think at one point on one of these episodes, you told us that this was your favorite band. You said it might be your favorite band.
I still think it probably is my favorite band. Like, Fall Out Boy's definitely up there. Old Neck Deep, honestly, I love all of their old music. Is so good. And Newfound Glory is also one of my all-time favorites. I love a lot of their music. But they have so much music that, like, I can't claim them to be my favorite because there's music I don't know. No clue.
Yeah.
So, but
I don't know if, like, anymore, like, if today, like, I think I'm just claiming Fall Out Boy as my favorite because, like, it used to be for such a long time. And, like, I still love all the stuff that I loved back when they were my favorite. And I kind of enjoy their new stuff more or less.
Yeah.
And I would definitely go see them in concert if they came near me. But
yeah,
I don't know. But at the same time, I also don't know who I would even pick anymore. I don't really get into new bands, like new modern day bands, enough to like be like, oh,
yeah,
this is a front runner.
I think they're my favorite because a lot of their old stuff is really good, and it just is like that. You know what they say, like that music you listen to when you're 14 to 16 years old. As like, it just stays your favorite music because that's when you're first developing your music taste too.
Yeah.
And I call it basement music because when we'd be gaming in the basement, you introduced me to any music that I first found is music you introduced me to.
Because I was discovering it at the same time.
Yeah, I listen to this music and it just takes me back.
Our music tastes were shaped at the exact same time.
Yeah, it just takes me back to playing video games in the basement without a care in the world. I'm like,
that's what anything off of Scary Monsters, Nice and Brights by Skrillex does for me. Anytime I'm like, whoa,
the whole Folia Duo album.
Nostalgia straight to the veins.
Yeah, and I don't even know how I got on that, but I do still stand by they're one of my favorite bands, and Not Quite Myself, probably my favorite off this.
We were talking about Bad Mistake.
Oh no.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Bad Mistake would be the next one.
Yes, let's slide in to Bad Mistake. Why don't we?
I really had nothing to say, nothing much to say about this one either.
Yeah, I said I like the song.
It just wasn't a standout song. All I said was nothing special to say, not a standout song. That was the only note I took.
I just had it said it had a somewhat righteous guitar solo in it.
Yeah,
a little later it's got it starts off thinking it's going to be a really good guitar solo, and then just kind of like
short.
Yeah,
a lot of the guitar solos on this album were disappointingly short, at least in the first half when you're not.
Yeah, the second half has two really good guitar solos. But
all right, moving on to Johnny Libertine. This was like, I think this is where the album started to pivot towards hell/metal side.
Yeah, I said it. I thought it was an all right song. I tried finding Johnny Libertine because I'm like, this has to be something. The only thing I can find is there's a movie called Libertine that Johnny Depp played in. I don't know if that's just coincidence.
Like, not a coincidence.
But if I looked up Johnny Libertine stuff and I couldn't like
line up the lyrics at all.
Johnny Libertine didn't. The only results it came up with was Sum 41's song. So I don't know, dude.
I don't know. I've got like the vibe of like, does this look infected or the Chuck albums? Because those weren't like super metal, but they weren't as pop punk as the earlier albums. So that's why I kind of felt like this was kind of the pivot. And the next like two songs definitely weren't metal in any way, but like I felt like this one was the transition because like it does pick up the pace and sound a little bit more metal than any of the other ones so far.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what Johnny Libertine's supposed to mean other than that is my best guess.
We'll have to ask him when we meet him. In Detroit.
Next time we're hanging out.
We got to buy those tickets, by the way. Did you have to buy those tickets?
You
said we were going to do that today.
Yeah. Do you guys want to hear us live buy tickets?
Just in silence while we, like, our hearts drop while we spend $100.
And while I go, stupid freaking fees, there's going to be $100 until there are fees, and now there are $130.
Also, let's make this plug. Ticketmaster, I know you're ready to sponsor us. You guys can just, I've cussed once, you guys can fuck right off.
Yeah, Ticketmaster, you can shove it right up your...
Shove it right up the boo hole, dude.
Yeah, you guys suck.
No one that likes music likes Ticketmaster.
Yeah, yeah.
Or sports for that matter. Anything that Ticketmaster sells to, you have ruined it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you are.
I think at one point Biden was talking about introducing legislation to like limit what things like Ticketmaster do.
Well, wasn't Ticketmaster who was getting investigated by the SEC?
Yeah, because with Taylor Swift,
yeah.
Because that's when Joe Biden came out, was like, we should probably do something about this.
Yeah. Like, you suck so bad when we're the president of the we're the president of the United States,
with what limited memory he has left. Go sides. You've crossed the line.
I get Swifties are crazy and can really mob on, but man, you guys really sucked enough to where the crazy old man that runs one of the biggest, most powerful countries in the world is like, this company also sucks, and enough to have Congress.
All my homies hate Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
Hashtag defend butt rock. Hashtag down with Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
We're getting 2 causes started out here.
Yeah, you guys suck.
But all right, next song.
What if you do want to sponsor us? I mean, just don't listen to what I say about you when you pay us.
My morals might not let me. Radio Silence up next.
Yes, sir.
What do you think?
I said it was feels like just another song I've heard in another album.
You know what song it was?
What one?
Speak of the Devil by or Speak of the Devil off the what's the Underclass Hero? Because it reminded me of a song too, and I was like, I know what sound, and I'm picturing the album art. It's Speak of the Devil. It's like it sounds like he's singing into like a bullhorn.
Yeah.
And I forget the lyrics to the intro, but if you listen to Speak of the Devil, you'll the intros sound the exact same because it's like that.
Okay.
It's just him singing kind of a cappella.
I couldn't picture which one it was, but I know it's one I knew. Nice. Way to be investigative, bro.
I know.
I
did my legwork on this.
You're freaking carrying, bro.
But as far as Sum 41 goes, like this kind of seemed like more of a ballad, if you could call it that. I don't know that Sum 41 does ballads, but this seemed like
probably not
ballad.
many.
Not a lot. Metal bands like their ballads, but I don't think Sum 41 really does that.
Yeah. But I just said I even wrote in my notes, I said it's good, but nothing to write home about.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and there we are.
Nothing you'd want to bring to meet the parents, but still something to have fun with, I guess.
That's a weekend thing.
Yeah.
Same with Preparasi a salire.
Oh, beautiful.
For sure I got that right. 100%.
I think you nailed it.
I'm assuming that means prepare a sail. I didn't run it through Google, but that's what my brain.
You know what? Yeah.
And also, doesn't Yellowcard have a song called? No, they have Lift a Sail.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think so, but this one's a short old boy.
It's short old. It's one of the because there's songs that have parentheses intro, parentheses outro. Yeah, I just saw interlude.
Oh,
that's the one interlude. It's the true transition from heaven into hell, from the pop punk and softer rock into the metal.
Yeah,
and it's a really good intro because like right at the end it goes right into Rise Up, which is I will say my favorite song on the album.
Yes, I will say though. I hate the Preparation song for a while.
That one,
that song, it was a good song for how short it was, but it has like that build up, thinking it's about to just shred, and then it stops, and then you gotta wait for the next song. I was like, oh,
it's not the song that you add to your playlist.
I know, but I
part
don't
of the
like
album.
Songs do that. You're teasing me.
That's a carryover from the CD era when you didn't add songs to a play.
Oh. But I'm complaining about it anyways.
But dude, Rise Up is going to be so good in the mosh pit.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be. I cannot wait for that song.
This sounds like something you put into a workout.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, because like that breakdown, and while he's screaming in the background, Sum 41 almost never screams.
Yeah,
I love it when bands like this like scream and also like.
You're like, oh, you got it.
No.
Yeah. It's got another guitar solo with a bit more righteousness than the last one. This is there's a couple guitar solos down here. that are
Yeah, the
very
metal, the hell half of this album, full of them.
Which, if I had to be in one of these songs, it'd be one of the Heaven songs.
Honestly.
Of course. But
I would hope Heaven has some good guitar solos too.
yeah, but the
Heaven's guitar solos are going to sound more like Pink Floyd, I think. Pink Floyd or Grateful Dead or something.
That can happen. All right. But yes, this song is going to be friggin' gnarly.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm going to be almost 30 by the time that mosh pit happens, and I'm going to be throwing bows with the teenagers. Let's go.
Yeah, you're going to be
ready for it.
There's going to be way older people though, for sure.
Yeah.
The songs or the Newfound Glory glimpses are having pretty long age. Yeah, you could definitely tell like
Durbin was out of voice. Oh, look at you teenager.
He's baby faced, and then then everyone else there was like, and there's so many weird earplugs. Yeah. I'm wearing earplugs.
I wore earplugs to the Newfound.
Yeah, the last several concerts, I
already have tinnitus. I don't need it to get worse.
Yeah. I remember like the last concert I didn't wear earplugs to. The next day, I'm like, my ears are ringing still, and I'm like, my ears kind of hurt. It took like 2 or 3 days. I'm like, all right, never again. I'm not playing this game.
Gotta have earplugs.
I don't care. Now you see it, like, especially with the bands that we like, that we still go to concerts for. Yeah,
you're just starting to notice.
I'm just saying it's a lot of older people now. We go to a lot of shows.
Yeah,
a lot of. Well, I'm saying I think a lot of them
bands have earplugs.
Oh no, bands. I noticed that, but the crowds, I've noticed a lot more earplugs in crowds.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. It didn't used to be like that.
Yeah, no, you never saw earplugs. And then the first time I saw it, outwardly, I'm like, weenie on the inside. I'm like, oh man, I should do that.
Yeah, you're like
grow up.
One, you're like, but inside you're like, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, you're really.
And now I'm like, idiot, 21-year-old idiot. What's wrong with you?
I just need to be like those babies that people take concerts with the giant headphones on.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna do that. I'll have you on my shoulders or me on your shoulders. It's like one of the babies.
I'll put you in like the little the little chest carrier.
A little sign that says my first Sum 41 concert.
Dude, we'd get called on stage if we did that. If I put you in like an adult-sized chest carrier, we're literally just like walking
that round. It's all funny, but I'm taller than you, so it's just like I'm just letting my feet around
like drag. My toes are like dragging.
Dude, that would be so funny. Oh man, yeah, we absolutely would. We're like in the pit together, just trying to demolish us,
so like synchronized, throwing elbows.
Yeah, absolutely. If anyone has a lead on a good adult-sized baby carrier we can get for the low, please let us know. We're in the market now.
We also take fan mail, so if you want to send it for free, I'll put Steven's personal home address in the description.
If you would like to deliver it, the best time to deliver a package to my house is from 2 to 4 a.m. and I always leave my doors unlocked.
And the best doorbell is a gunshot, so...
Yeah. So, or a, hey, little boy.
That always works.
Either one lets me know there's a package for me. So... All right, I'm where
we are moving into Stranger in These
Times.
I enjoyed the intro to this. It's a song about feeling out of place and tired of feeling alone. Because I think that's a feeling a lot of people can relate to nowadays. Is like life is weird and largely sucks for a lot of people right now. So it's hard to feel connected with people, especially like as social. This is getting a little deeper than one probably meant to be.
Yeah,
like
they're listening to this and they're like, "Oh yeah,
we did mean that." Like as social media develops and drives us further apart, and like everyone's all about like. Everyone's living through a phone screen. Like, you can't do anything. Everyone does. Everything they do now is for the content.
Yeah.
And, like, everything's self-checkout, leave it this at my door, blah, blah, blah. So, like, it's hard to feel connected with people. And that's not really the message that the song was trying to send. I'm just saying how it is. But it does hit on that feeling a little bit.
Sum 41 has always had really good sad music, though. Like, their sad songs I've always really like just they write them very well, except Dopamine. Just kidding, it's okay.
Right to the mic.
One more Coca-Cola.
One more Coke mixed with water.
Yes, but yeah, I think that it's still a good sad song. Like it's I like the in between the like lines. They'll like say a line like I like that sound that they do. They have that in the song too.
Yes.
So I didn't have a ton of notes. That was actually my
Yeah, I also said that it looked like Does This Look Infected, or it felt like Does This Look Infected, or the Half Hour of Power.
Dude, Does This Look Infected is such a good album.
It is. And Half Hour of Power is kind of underrated. Like, I didn't really listen to that until way later in my life, and I was like, whoa, these guys shred.
I just realized, so we had a music league round where it was, I sent it to you, and I was like, or I mentioned it to you, what is it, the deep cut, where like a popular band, you find one of the less listened to songs. So I went through and Half Hour of Power, and I was listening, I was like, dude, this album straight up slaps.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Yeah.
And I could pick any song, because I'm like, people really, I love Sum 41, and I didn't really remember listening to that. I recognized the songs when I was listening to it, but I'm like, man, that album's so good.
Also, sidebar, on our last deep cut round, did you know who Tribe Called Quest was? Have you ever heard of them?
I've heard the name.
Okay. Durbin didn't, and that was my first clue. I was like, oh, these guys aren't as popular. They're like a big name in the 90s, like hip hop. I thought the name had enough staying power, but I guess not. Durbin had never heard of them, which isn't a huge surprise, but I was like, oh, crap. All right.
Maybe.
I blew that round.
Well, sucks to be you. All right. I Don't Need Anyone. Right.
Yep. This is another one with a really good intro. I enjoyed the intro to this one, too.
I like it. I thought it had cool lyrics, like the beneath the shadows where you never had to matter. I like that line. It's like, you've been staying below the shadows where you never had to matter. I was like, cool, man. It makes me feel cool saying that.
This is one of the songs with a really good metal solo, too. Like a good guitar metal sounding solo. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had, like I said, the intro was really good. Makes you bang your head a little bit. The outro also had a very head-banging outro. And the whole song, you just kind of like keep your head nodding the whole time, but especially during the chorus, intro and outro, like you just really get into it right there.
I mean, like you said, this whole second half of this album, pretty much, you can just headbang to most of this album.
It's going to be a good concert.
Yeah, which is also fantastic, because so many bands where we go and they just play through their new stuff, it's like, then
you're like, well, just go back to the old stuff, which is probably what they're gonna do. Like any band's farewell tour, they play the hits. They don't really. This is no longer a tour to promote the new album. This is a see you later tour.
Yeah,
which is, it's fine. But as long as they play Rise Up, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I'll be happy if, I'm sure they'll play 2 or 3 from this album. They have to, but they're gonna play a bunch of good music. So I'm not worried. I have no doubts about the quality of this concert. September in Detroit, whatever the date is. September in Detroit. September, I think it is. Meet up. Our first fan meetup. Yeah, first live Sum 41 concert in Detroit. We're in talks with Sum 41's agent, so we'll do a live podcast recording right before and during. And we'll be right on stage, just like, so what do you think about the concert? It's gonna be good. And I'm sure our software will be able to like edit out the background noise. Yeah, it look forward to it, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. I will say, with new music being played at shows, that still makes me so furious about Our Last Night. Oh my goodness. So we went to see Our Last Night and State Champs were 2 of the bands touring together. What was the other one? I think it was a nobody, because we went for State Champs. Yeah, we went for State Champs. So it was whoever I'm not saying not a nobody, but it was the opener. Yeah. But Our Last Night. Well, no, it was the second time we'd seen Our Last Night. We saw them at Warped once. And it was really good, and we liked their original music, but I remember the Warped one, they were filming a music video, so everything they were doing was just to be music video awards. Yeah, and I was like, come on. Anyways, the show, like that week, they had just dropped like 2 or 3 new songs, and then that day of that show, they dropped another song, and they played they just played all the new songs, and no one knew it. And a bunch of covers. And so, like, it was the most dead crowd. Our Last Night can get pretty heavy. Like, yeah, they've got great music. And that crowd... their covers can be really good, but I'm tired of hearing covers from them, man. That crowd did not move at all. I remember... There was a mosh pit, because I got into it. Oh. Like, I was like, I don't know your song, but I'm trying to move for your set. I'm going to force myself to do something. They had the lights up, too. I remember, like, it was brighter in there, so it was just like... I don't want to see this ground right now. Dude, that was really disappointing. That is when I first realized. I was like, man. Because you were super pumped about that. Yeah. You're like, what? Our Last Night? ASAT, let's go. Yeah. And I was just kind of like, yeah, Our Last Night. Like, they've got... I love Fate by them. I love that song. Or at least I used to. I haven't listened to it in forever. But, so I was like looking for that. They didn't even play that. And I feel like at least then that was one of their most popular songs. Yeah. They had that really popular what Taylor Swift cover was there? Blank Space. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I know I Prevail.
Oh, I Prevail cover. What was our last night had?
They did have a Taylor Swift cover though.
Yeah. So, anyways,
I remember they played their cover of Black Beatles by Ray Simmer because I remember them playing that. I was like, oh yeah, I enjoy this cover. But yeah, and now they've really just leaned into it. They are currently on the covers only tour.
Yeah, like who would go to that?
You really do that. I still think about that video where they're like, this is what it sounds like when 2,000 people sing our cover of Iris
of Iris
Voodoo Dolls, and it's just them singing the cover of Iris. I'm like, this is not what it sounds like when they sing your song.
Yeah, it was the crowd singing it. So I commented, no, this is what it sounds like when 2,000 people sing Iris by the Google Dolls, not your cover of Iris. They're just singing Iris.
And a lot of bands in the scene started like making fun of them for it, and they started like clapping back. I'm like, you have no ground to stand on.
You guys are not a real band, and you are wrong. Like you just.
But yeah, that concert's when I realized I was like, oh, our last night's kind of over, huh?
Yeah,
because I think that was their last original album. That one with the wolf.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that might be their last original album.
I never really kept up with them too much, but anything I see from them is a cover.
Because every once in a while, since then, I have sang you a song like, dude, they released a new song, and you've been like, no, I've heard this. I'm like, huh. And now I just know that anytime the new song comes out from them, it's a cover.
Yeah. So sorry to put you on blast.
They have Good Things. Who's sing that song that's really popular right now? Like, don't take this good thing away.
Yeah, I saw they made a cover of that, and they made that cover.
Like that cover,
but they made that cover like 2 weeks after he came out, because that song, I remember seeing like the chorus and a TikTok. I'm like, this chorus is actually pretty good. So I went and tried and find it. And I found out he wasn't releasing it until like March 1st, and it was like 2 or 3 weeks later, I saw that cover of Our Last Night, and I was like, you guys really are just sitting on TikTok looking for what's trending. Like, all right, cover it.
It is. That's exactly what they do. It sucks.
I didn't listen to the whole cover,
but I did enjoy the cover. It came up in my Discover Weekly, so that's why I listened to the whole thing.
Oh, I don't know. I actually really like. I have the actual Beautiful Things.
Yes,
the song. I like the original.
It's a really good song.
Yeah,
that's one of the best pop songs to come out in a long.
I have that one saved in my
that one. And what's the one that you really liked? Teddy Swims.
Yes, Lose Control by Teddy Swims.
Yeah,
I really like that. That guy's voice is fantastic.
Yeah.
So all right, I don't even.
We just talked about I Don't Need Anyone.
Okay. Over the Edge then.
The Edge. I didn't really have a whole lot to say about this other than this was one of the heavier breakdowns on the album. I really enjoyed the breakdown.
I put a good heavy song like in quotes because like I said, guys, heavy for Sum 41. Actually kind of heavy in general. Like they move pretty
for Sum 41.
They get it moving pretty good.
Because like I said earlier, like Sum 41's metal is like punk metal, but this was like a metal. This was like metalcore, like A Day to Remember of Mice and Men kind of breakdown.
Yeah.
I would say is heavier than Sum 41.
And I had that, like, if you are like I know a lot of people's workout music is more like rap kind of stuff, but if you're like more of a rock and punk rock kind of working out music, I think this actually could be
my workout playlist on Spotify.
Yeah. So, anyways, I don't have many notes. That was about it. So, oh man, this is another one I didn't really have notes. House of Liars.
I didn't have a whole lot to say about this either. The bridge was pretty good. I banged my head to it a little bit. It kind of reminded me of Underclass Hero again. Like it almost kind of went back to the older pop punk sound a little bit. Wasn't as heavy or energetic as any of the other ones.
Yeah, I think like as far as songs on this album go, it's it would be ranked in the bottom half for me. I like the album overall, but I just thought it was a pretty average song.
Yeah.
It really like a lot of times I'll speak like, man, it sounds like their old stuff in a positive note, but I was like, this just sounds like their old stuff that was just basic as well. Like overall, I'm still just like, it's so sorry, son, everyone, but it's all right. I mean, still, I like the album.
Like we said, we're never gonna say skip this song, not on this.
Yeah. So, but yep, sorry, but
and unfortunately, I also had a whole lot to say about You Wanted War, which is the next song.
Oh, really?
It had a good guitar solo.
Yes, I said possibly the most righteous guitar solo.
Yeah,
there's another song that has a great guitar solo, but I thought it was a good song. I like the I like the line where they say like basically singing about how hey, you wanted this war, and everything, like, you started this, and then basically they're saying, like, you wanted this war, then you got beat, and then they're like, you wanted war, and now we all know that you are meaningless and weak. I'm like, oh, get away on.
See, this is
You did it.
back to Drake and Future.
It was all.
I feel maybe now that you say that maybe this is a diss track against a different band.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Let's read into it too.
These pop punk metal band beefs don't get discussed.
Yeah, they have so many beefs, but no one even knows unless you're really in the know, like us. That's why you listen to this podcast.
We'll fill you in on the next episode.
Yeah.
When we figure it out.
Yeah, figure out who the beef is with.
But yeah,
I like that line.
The solo on this. Yeah, that line's pretty dope. And the solo on this is really good.
Yeah, I love it because like the other ones, like there's some good guitar solos that are like moving, but this one's just classic. Like it's like so. Yeah, definitely. Like what do you say? You saw that this one was just you didn't have many notes.
Yeah, all I said was it's a great guitar solo.
This is one of my more favorite ones as well. I thought it was
it's a good solo. I'm not saying that it was one of my less favorites. It is a good one. That's just the only note I took on it.
So, but we'll move on to like another one that Painted
Black. It was a cover of Rolling Stone's Painted Black.
Yeah, it just felt random.
I thought that was an odd choice.
Well, just because usually when they have a lot of pop punk bands, these covers are like on the songs that saved my life or like those cover ones.
Right, true.
So like it would have that in parentheses. Just I don't normally see them just as a part of their track, and like you have no idea.
Yeah,
I didn't even really register me. Like I heard the song, and for some reason I had just heard it before, but I was listening to this on the way down, and Alyssa was like, "Oh, this sounded like Painted Black."
I didn't notice it was any different.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it was like it sounds like exactly like the original. It's just a little bit faster.
Yeah,
that's how Sum 41 plays, and it has Derek's voice. That was the only difference. Because I mean, it's word for word. I mean, they're the same genre.
Yeah,
so it wasn't like an acoustic cover or like a pop punk cover. It was still like had that classic rock sound. So, but it's a great song originally. So
yeah,
I can't be mad at it either.
But yeah, as far as covers go, it's fine. It's no Luke Combs doing Fast Drive where they just totally ruined a good song for no reason. What did I say?
Fast Car. You said Fast Drive.
Oh, Fast Car. Sure. Doesn't matter.
But yeah, but like you have a great song, and then you have a band like Sum 41 who's really good.
Yeah,
you're not gonna mess it up. So
yeah, so
it sounded the exact same. If you have ever listened to Painted Black by Rolling Stones and thought, boy, I wish Sum 41 sang this. We got the recommendation for you.
What a day for you. Good. Sum 41 listened. They listened to us. They gave us what we were looking for. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and dwell on this song.
That's all we got.
So, but
It's All Me.
Yeah, another.
Is this song where you thought had like the best solo? Because this song had a great solo.
Yes, I said this is the one where I thought this song was really good, but I think You Wanted War. I liked You Wanted War, that solo a little better than this one, but yes, still another almost equally righteous good solo. I'm using the word righteous in all my notes just because I thought it was funny.
I say that about a lot of metal solos. Like it's
righteous, dude. It's just the best way to describe. Like when someone just totally shredding it, you're like righteous, dude. There's no better way.
Like who's the turtle from Finding Nemo?
Crush.
Righteous.
Yeah.
But that's perfect.
Yeah,
he probably wouldn't listen to metal, but
Crush would approve this song.
Sure.
But yeah, it's another. I say one of the more heavier ones. Obviously, like we said, the whole second half is heavier, but this one gets pretty heavy. But
the song, like it's not quite screaming, but it's like that scream thing that like a lot of like songs that sound like this have.
I put that down because I don't know if I'm a fan of that. Screaming. I just had it in quotes like that.
I love that.
Yell like
I love it. Like that.
Sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't.
That Trash Boat song I submitted to the first song of this league.
I got a lot of points.
I knew it wasn't going to do well. But really.
Oh, you had to.
And a lot of old Trophy Eyes is like that.
Yeah,
a lot of old Trophy.
Yeah, and I wasn't into old Trophy Eyes that much. And then when we were doing our album, like best album of the year 2023, I was going through and listening to the new albums, and that one came up, and I was like, I feel like Trophy Eyes kind of changed their sound a bit, but I really liked it. I mean,
That
You guys know, why y'all listen.
Yeah, Life of Slow Motion.
Yeah,
That song is so good.
It's still like I put that as like my current
I
jam.
listened to it on my way here yesterday.
I put that in my as my like current jam for the last music league list, and it's still.
Yeah.
I'm trying to skip it because I'm like I will do this to death.
It's really good.
If I
man.
don't.
There are some songs that you can't be. You think that, but then you keep listening to it, and you're like, one of these days I'll get tired of it, and that day never comes.
Can't Kick Up the Roots is that song for me. I listen to that every time it comes up in my shuffle, and I don't know why.
That album,
I
really
don't get
good. I
tired.
probably wouldn't pick that song off of there, but that whole.
Oh yeah, there's so many good songs, but for some reason I don't know why, but that song I still have it in my regular playlist, and I delete songs after I've like noticed that I have consistently been skipping it,
Mhm.
and it always plays through for me. So I don't know. I think that's one reason why I can like say like Neck Deep might be one of my favorites, just because they have a lot of music that I like, and then they have some songs where I just never skip. So I don't know, but all right, children, the final song.
As we approach the end.
And this is a total coincidence. I don't think they meant to do this, but I happen to notice that this is called How the End Begins. It's the last song on the album. Did you notice that?
And the band's ending.
And the band's ending.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
What
Yeah.
connect? See, this is why we keep him on the show.
Yeah.
He makes those kind of connections.
And that's
a
what
layman wouldn't.
That's why you guys listen, because we're taking an investigative approach and an outside of the box thinking approach to music, and I uncover gems like
And
that.
you start to wonder if did Sum 41 even notice they were doing that?
I can't imagine they did.
It seems hard to believe.
I think I just have a mental state that's so tuned to details that I pick up things that other
messages from strangers
Yeah,
that you've never even met.
exactly. So, well, I like to think that younger me kind of looks like the lead singer of Sum 41. If I was blonde, he's just a skinny, scrappy,
Yeah.
crazy hair.
I never spiked your hair up like that.
Oh, I tried.
He has
younger.
he has kept that weird spike hair.
Yeah, he looks the exact same.
He has not aged today. For a white guy, he has not aged at all.
Not even a little bit. He's like the Paul Rudd of the pop punk music world.
Exactly. Yeah.
But anyways,
Think about this one.
I thought that this sounds like a song I could hear. Like if you listen to this when it goes into the chorus, I swear this is at the end of a Transformers movie. Yeah. Like it just has that ending to like
Well, it's an outro song.
yeah.
It's the end of a.
It's an outro song, and it just has that like just Optimus Prime just like giving some speech, and the song just goes into it.
The Autobots.
This is the end, dude. Like I was listening to the song, and I kind of like got goosebumps. So like thinking about how like they're done, I'm like, man, it's a good song.
It is. I thought it was a really good outro track. As far as farewell songs go, like clearly, like they are aware that their band is at an end. All of their fans are aware that the band is at an end.
Yeah.
I felt like it was kind of melancholy for that. Like the lyrics sounded really like regretful. Like they're talking about having regrets and like, wish things could have changed, and like why does it have to end this way?
Yeah.
And like maybe you're not singing about the end of the band, but like the implication is there. So like it kind of was a bummer. Like typically bands outro songs, like when they're at the end of their career, they're like, life was good. Like we enjoyed this. I'm glad we did this. This was kind of a bummer. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it was a good song to end on. But
they've always kind of had a more bummery, like darker kind of view on music, though. Like they've got a lot of the hell, twisted fate kind of vibe, anyway.
Which I guess makes it on brand, makes it work, I guess.
But it was a good song, though. I very much enjoyed the song. I enjoyed the song, enjoyed the album, guys. If you are a fan of, honestly,
any era of Sum 41,
or of just pop punk, like old pop punk in general, you'll be happy with this album. I was very happy. I was usually like they dropped the first two songs and they were all really good. I'm like, yeah, but they just dropped their three best. Like I'm always like, man, it's gonna be maybe a good album.
To be honest, I think they did drop their three best. If I had to pick the top three, it might be the three singles.
Oh yeah,
especially Rise Up.
Yeah,
so just
I love Landmines, and I love Rise Up as well. That was a really good song. So it really was hard for me to pick a favorite.
Whole album's album.
Yeah. So I could unfortunately pick a very clear loser. I'm sorry, Dopamine. I said you're a basic, but overall, people, I absolutely recommend this album.
Yeah,
we do. It gets the coveted. It's like Oprah's book club stamp.
Yeah,
let's add the we don't know Toots
we don't know Toots sticker.
So, yeah. So Sum 41, you're welcome for now going top of charts. This, because of that stamp, this will be so successful you cannot quit after this tour.
We did that.
You're gonna be like, wait, we made $1 billion.
They're gonna come back, bro. Every band, every pop punk band, Yellow Card's come back.
Well, even
Fall in the Light came back.
My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical Romance came,
and that was one where I was like, no way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Here's the thing, though. I think those bands came back because they left early enough to where like their fans, but like if Sum 41 waited 10 years to come back, their fans are gonna be like in their 50s. Those fans are gonna come and watch, unless it's maybe from the seats. That's not all of their fans. They're gonna be in their 40s.
40-year-old me, I'll get down in the pit for Sum 41.
Oh yeah,
I will. I'll do it.
And
Unless something serious happens to my body, I'm gonna come back to this episode and be like, all right, Rob, you made a commitment to yourself.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I got you some.
Hopefully I'll have my kids. I'll be in the pit with my kids.
Oh, dude,
my kids first
take
pit.
my kids into.
I'll be like, hey, 12-year-old Steven has the same body as 12-year-old Steven, so like just way too small to be a pit. I'll be like, hey, you know what's really fun? Get in there, boy. Figure it out. Because that's what you did to me. I mean, I was at least like 17 or 18, but you were just like, you like looking and you're like, huh, and then just hit bump me into the pit, and I was like, here I go.
Chunk no Captain Chunk.
Yeah,
baby's first mosh pit.
For being like fairly sheltered. Never like I listened to that kind of music, but never a part of that scene at all. And just going into a mosh pit, I'm like, ah.
My first one was, I don't remember the song, but it was Issues. Was my first mosh pit.
Nice. Yeah. Yep.
It was opening up for Tonight Alive and State Champs. Like what a lineup.
Yeah,
but all those bands back then they were banging.
Oh yeah,
Tonight Alive's kind of Issues has been back and forth. State Champs solid.
Yeah, State Champs
start to finish.
State Champs, they keep dropping an album. I'm like, bleh. And then I'll hear the album and be like, hey, no, that was good. Who would do with that? So I'm so two-faced. I'm incorrigible. But all right, well, we should wrap it up.
Let's wrap those bad boy up.
All right, dude, I have been wanting. There's so many songs I want to suggest on this playlist. Hey man, I need to save them for Music League.
True.
I don't want you to know.
That's been my problem.
So I was glad I could play this song earlier. Cyanide by Creeper. It did pretty well.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah, I added it to my
jamming that song. Yeah, that's super.
That's gonna be one I come back to.
I've been getting a few bands I've been getting a lot of music in, and that I really need to go through and listen to. And Creeper, I've actually gotten a good amount of their music, so I need to go back and just listen to their music. But Cyanide by Creeper,
that song came up in that playlist, and I was like, I've heard of this band. Like, I feel like there's a song or two I've heard from them before, but yeah, I didn't go and look. But
so yeah, I definitely recommend Cyanide by Creeper. It did well in my in Music League. I think I finished second by 1 point. So
that one did pretty well. I'm gonna recommend. You're not gonna like it. It's rap, but it's Joyner Lucas just came out with a new album like last week, I think. And the whole album's really good. I saved a lot of songs from it. I slept on Joyner Lucas for too long, but he had a song called Still Alright, and it had Logic and Twista on it. If you know who Twista is, he's from the 90s as well.
I don't know who Joyner Lucas is, to be totally honest.
Oh, okay. Well, he's not as popular.
I know Logic, though. I am white, after all.
But yeah, Still Alright has a really good beat. I thought about playing it, but I know rap never really does well in our league, so.
Yes.
Fine.
It definitely doesn't usually. I absolutely blasted your 21 Savage.
Dude, I didn't expect to get roasted for it. Like, I knew it wasn't going to do well, but I was like, wow, okay, I didn't think it was a bad song.
I was writing the roast, and I'm like, this is kind of funny, so I'm definitely going to put this. And I felt really mean writing it, but.
Dude, I almost felt bad. I didn't feel bad because of how bad the song was, but that song, it was Sam played it. The Trippy Red, and it had DaBaby on it.
Who's saying it?
Samantha. Yeah, Samantha.
Oh, yeah.
It was Trippy Red is so bad.
It was truly terrible.
That was really, really bad music. I was like, I hate making fun of people's music choices because, like, people do it to me all the time. I'm like, screw you, man. Like, get my music. But I was like, this is one of the worst songs I've ever heard. Top 5 easily, without a doubt.
Yeah, I tried.
Like, DaBaby did all the hard lifting on this track. I don't remember what it was, listeners, but it was bad.
I don't roast too often unless it's one I know everyone else is about to roast because it's like oh, come on, why'd you do that song?
Yeah.
Whatever. But every once in a while, I'll be like, this would be really funny to say.
Yeah.
So I'm going to.
But anyways, we recommend Still Alright by Joyner Lucas and
Cyanide by Krieger.
Yep.
And with those recommendations, we are signing off. Thanks for listening to We Don't Know Toots, the sound.
This has been the sultry voice of We Don't Know Toots on 101.5, the Toot.